Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be doing a special Power Rangers themed speed paint video. I do also want to say, leave a comment and let me know what you guys think about this, and if you want me to do more Power Rangers speed paint videos in the future. But with all that out of the way, let's get into Power Rangers Biker Force. Now, just so everyone knows, I first had this idea when I was in high school, so a lot of the themes and stories might be a little similar to some of the Power Rangers seasons that were coming out around that time. But just please, bear with me. This is also a story that has been reworked and re-edited, so to speak, into my current kind of style, and I really did have a hard time trying to rework it into its own unique thing. While the world experienced threats on a near annual basis, for a few years it has been peaceful on Earth. That is, until aliens from an ice-covered planet arrived to conquer Earth and bring in a new ice age. As a forewarning, a lot of this will sound similar to the show Power Rangers Super Mega Force, which was around during the time that I created this. A new kid named Anthony arrives at the town's high school on the first day. In the class, the teacher gives a pop quiz, noting that everyone should do well if they remembered last year's lessons. Out in space, a race of aliens forming the Glacia Navy arrive on Earth to conquer it, planning to send the planet into a new ice age like they did for all their other conquered planets in the galaxies. After class is let out, 5 students in particular go their separate ways. Anthony, who goes to the mall to teach a karate class at his new town, Casey and Emma, who follow him and watch as he does this, Aaron, who goes to do his own homework, and Connor, who goes to the gym to work out a little bit more before tutoring lessons from Aaron. Back in space, the Glacian Navy begin their invasion by sending down their foot soldiers, known as the Iceons, to show off their strength and destroy any resistance. In a strange cave near the coastline, a robot and a strange being made of pure light gather to see what the threat is, and decide to recruit 5 who can handle the power that they are about to bestow. Back at where they are, the 5 teens feel the ground shaking, as if a massive earthquake is erupting across the world. They do their best to help everybody get to safety, worrying more for the lives of others than their own. The 5 are then teleported to a strange cavern with monitors and a strange face on the wall. A voice then comes from the face.
Welcome, humans. My name is Gozen. Your world is in danger, and you have been chosen to become this world's newest heroes.
While they're all confused, Gozen goes into the history of the Power Rangers, even introducing them to his robotic ally, Theta 7. Gozen even tells them that he is a construct of light energy from the morphing grid, able to bestow powers on whoever is chosen to wield it. And he reveals that the face on the wall is his limit form, as because no human has ever gone into the morphing grid before, he's not sure how the energy would react to these 5 teens. After explaining everything that is going on, he tells them about the powers that they are to receive. Aaron's intelligence and brain power lead him to be chosen as the Blue Ranger, commanding the Tiger Zord. Emma's skills and quick thinking make her a perfect candidate for the Yellow Ranger, commanding the Saber Zord, which is basically just the saber-toothed tiger. Connor's strength and bravery are the reasons for him to become the Green Ranger, commanding the Rhino Zord. Casey's swiftness and caring nature make her perfect to become the Pink Ranger, commanding the Ropalo Zord. which is a butterfly. And Anthony's skills as a fighter make him perfect to serve as the leader, the Black Ranger, commanding the Falcon Zord. Alone, they can be incredible, but together they can be unstoppable as the Biker Force Power Rangers. Yeah, this is pretty much going to be the first team that will have the Black Ranger as a leader, and also the first one, period, that just won't have a Red Ranger. This was actually something that I had an idea of when I first wrote it, because black has usually been my favorite color, and I just wanted to see a season that didn't have a Red Ranger, and what that would be like. Anthony, however, is nervous about being the team's chosen leader. As he's new to the town, and lived in 4 different cities in the past 4 years, due to being involved with multiple different groups, which he's honestly not proud of. So, Gozen gives him a confidence-boosting speech, saying,
"That is irrelevant, Anthony. You were not chosen because of your past. Each of you has the skills necessary to be extraordinary and go far beyond what you think you are capable of. No one ever truly is ready when a leadership position is thrust upon them. All they can do is their best to make sure that they are someone that can be followed, not someone who deserves it. You may not understand everything now, Anthony, but lead by example. This will be your first mission together. Learn from it, and from there, you may begin to understand how you fit into this."
In short, they're chosen because of their skills, not for how well they know each other or the town. So yeah, we basically have a martial artist as the leader, Anthony, the Black Ranger, a super strong guy, Connor, the Green Ranger, a smart guy who also likes to do some tech stuff to help create new gear for the Rangers, the Blue Ranger, Aaron, a dancer, possibly ballet, but we'll leave it up in the air, Casey, and a fighter. Not one in the same vein like Anthony, but one who does it a bit more for just straight up protection, self-defense. Maybe knows 1 or 2 sets of moves for self-defense, but just a basic knowledge, and that would be Emma. And they are given their morphers, along with being shown the bike riders, which can link with their morphers and basically act as their primary vehicles. The alarms begin sounding once again, and the Rangers, without hesitating, are sent into action. Initially, they are a little concerned when they see the Iceons, as some of them haven't been in any fights before, nor would know martial arts abilities. But Anthony, more confidently, leads them into fighting the Iceons. While the battle is a little bit tough, they aren't able to overcome this, and decide to morph for the first time.
Ready! It's morphin' time! Let's rev it up! Ha!
They become the Biker Force Rangers, using their Speed Blasters and Biker Force Sabers to finish off this wave of Iceons and saving the city. Many people start to be concerned about this attack and logically ask questions to the Rangers. However, they go off for now, saying, "Don't worry, if the city is ever in danger, we'll be here." When they arrive back at the command cave, Gozen tells them the 3 rules of being a Ranger.
First, never use your power for personal gain. Second, never escalate a battle unless Rita forces you. And finally, keep your identity secret. No one may know you are a Power Ranger.
And they promise him to protect Earth with their lives. That's basically the short summary of the first episode, but right after this, Emma is shown to have strong feelings towards Anthony, and a few episodes later, they start actually being a full-on couple in the series. Yeah, by about episode 6 in my head, Anthony finally gets the courage to ask Emma out on a date, and they become a full-on couple by the 7th episode. And this would actually be something that would be a little bit unique in terms of Power Rangers, I'd say. In the 2nd episode, the Rangers gain their own personal weapons. The Falcon Sword, the Tiger Axe, the Rhino Hammer, the Saber Shield, and the Rapallo Daggers. This episode also introduces the monster growing technique, and the Rangers form the Biker Force Megazord, which uses the Rapallo Zord as the main body, the Tiger Zord and the Saber Zord as the right and left legs respectively, the Rhino Zord as the arms with the head acting as the right hand, and the Falcon Zord as the head and back. This Megazord can also call on the Mega Biker Force Saber, which it uses as its primary weapon and to complete its final attack. In the 2nd episode, we would also meet more of the Glacia Navy. In the 1st episode, we have Admiral Frostroris, who is the leader of the Navy and is pretty much just going to be the furious overlord kind of character that we see so much in Power Rangers. There's also going to be Prince Ison, who's kind of going to take on the role that Rock or Decker or Zeltrax took in their seasons. Basically being a pure rival for one of the Rangers. And that will be the Black Ranger, Anthony. And in the 2nd episode, we meet Ice Carver, that's spelled with a K for some reason, who basically makes the monsters each episode and decides what powers and abilities they're going to have as he creates them. At the end of the 2nd episode, in a bit of an epilogue kind of style, we'll see some veteran Rangers appear. Not as Rangers themselves, and they definitely won't be doing any morphs during this, but they'd act more as extra mentors to the Rangers themselves. And we'd see characters like Tommy and RJ and Adam and Cam, and basically a few of them that would act as mentors and help them to create new gear. On one such mission, the Rangers begin dealing with a monster that kind of looks like a polar bear, but with extra freezing powers. RJ then shows up to train the Rangers into calling upon and channeling their animal spirits, which comes from their Zords. For example, Connor channels his Rhino spirit for powerful charging attacks. Anthony uses his Falcon spirit to practically glide on the air for his spinning and leaping kicks. And Emma calls upon her saber-toothed tiger spirit to enhance her speed with her attacks and reflexes. And these techniques, along with their teamwork, allow them to win the day. And on several occasions, Cam, Kevin, and Ethan also help Aaron in creating new technologies for the team, including their power cannon and a new system in the command cave to get better readings on the Glacia Navy and where they send out new monsters. But Tommy is strangely the one who constantly hangs out with the Rangers, though he's rather quiet on why. But he's always there to train the Rangers and look at their situations at a new angle. We will also find in episode 2 that Prince Ison has something called the Dark Crystal, which will allow the monsters to grow in each episode. And while it won't be specifically stated in the show, Gozen will infer that it could have a connection to the Morphing Grid, possibly being Morphing Grid dark energy, or corrupted energy from the Morphing Grid itself. By the end of the first quarter as well, I have the idea that there is going to be a huge reveal, and spoiler alert, Anthony is going to be revealed as Tommy Oliver's son. Again, this was written when I was in high school. When I was young, I had nothing but fan fiction stories where I was just character's son. Yeah, this is pretty much just me inserting myself into a Power Ranger season, and honestly, I have nothing else to say about that. While Anthony would be very taken aback by this, he will get over it very quickly and learn more about why Tommy and his wife, who at that point I had it as Kimberly, I may have it the same, may have it as Kat, but either way, Anthony would get over it and be glad that he finally met his actual father. As the season continues, Anthony and Connor will form a very intense friendship with each other, practically to the point that they nearly become inseparable. While Connor is initially hesitant on Anthony at the start of the season, as he was constantly getting the girls, they do form a good bromance with each other and become very good friends. About halfway through this show, a Silver Ranger appears, who is very mysterious on his first appearance, but is quickly revealed to be a childhood friend of Anthony's named Charlie.
Ready! It's morphin' time! Silver Biker Force power! Ha!
Who has a bit of a darker past compared to Anthony, and he's a little reluctant to share it with the others. After Anthony had left their childhood neighborhood, Charlie found the Silver Morpher, and the neighborhood was attacked by a monster who placed a curse over him. His secret then goes on for about 5 more episodes, as he knows the Rangers will try to help him, and he wants to face this on his own. And he comes in with the Hawk Zord, a gigantic Zord, which is even bigger than the Falcon Zord, actually. He can also even create his own Megazord with it, which enlarges the Hawk Zord and creates 2 other Zords for him to use, the Cheetah Zord and the Buffalo Zord. And the Hawk Zord can combine with the Megazord itself, either in replacing the Falcon Zord as the head and with shoulder pads and arm blades, or creating the Biker Force Ultra Zord, which detaches the Falcon Zord to use it as shoulder armor and a sash, which actually would be pretty cool to draw, and adds the Hawk Zord as wings and combines the extra parts of both the Hawk and the Falcon to create a black and silver helmeted head. And when the Rangers find out about Charlie's secret, they logically try to help, but end up angering the monster Armor Sword, who gave Charlie this curse to begin with, and he brings out the beast within Charlie, and forces the Rangers to fight him, only breaking the curse when Anthony fights Armor Sword himself and destroys him once and for all. Sometime later, around the 3rd quarter, Emma is also going to be accepted into a new school, one that she's wanted to go to for years. When she tells the other Rangers about this, Anthony realizes that it's hundreds of miles away, meaning the team will be separated and their relationship could potentially be destroyed by this. However, Emma assures him that they'll still be good friends, and Gozen, in his pure form, as they find out very quickly that it won't do any damage to them as they're now part of the morphing grid itself, tells them that the powers can be transferred to another person of their choosing. And during the next monster attack, a young girl named Gabby helps the Rangers to get people to safety, and Emma discovers that she's the perfect person to be her successor. After Emma leaves, Casey becomes the person that Anthony feels he can get anything off his chest, which he technically could before, but he never took advantage of it until Emma was gone from the series. And at this point, Casey is the one that Anthony always turns to get anything off his chest. And Gabby initially has a hard time with her new life as a ranger, as she begins to struggle with having her ranger life and her school life vie for dominance in her mind, causing her to lose her place as one of the smartest students in school. But she is eventually guided by Gozen and her friends, and quickly adjusts to this new life. And the Rangers finally manage to defeat Admiral Frostros at the end of the season. However, like a lot of other seasons now, they don't manage to destroy the entire Glacian Navy, and Prince Ison gets away. Meaning that there's might be a part 2 to this kind of story. Pretty cool, huh? I really did want to do the Rangers for this, but if you guys want to see artworks for the villains and the allies, please let me know that in the comments below. I do want to get those out too. I will do more Power Ranger speed paint videos in the future, but please, if you want other Power Ranger ideas, once again, let me know in the comments below. I really do want to have this be a recurring series that I do. In the meantime, leave a like if you enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like it. Subscribe if you haven't, and ring that bell for notifications. Also, check out my Discord server. It's a great place to just talk with me and other people about the videos that I put out, and it's where I'll be putting up updates every once in a while, and even putting up some additional footage and questions and all that stuff. Also, follow me on Twitter as well at PRNerd_official, and check out my TikTok as well. I don't post there too often, but I have been for certain items. Also, follow me on Instagram at PowerRangers_nerd. I put up the artworks for all of my speed paint videos on there for you guys to check out. Also, check out my Patreon as well. I am starting out on there and starting to put up a lot more of my older videos there too. So, may the power protect you all, and I'll see you guys next time. Wait, this is my own Power Rangers season. How about I show you guys what the morph would look like?
It's morphin' time! Biker Force power! Activate! Hurrah!